afternoon, vision everyone. So we're the first reporter. So I'm Alvarez from Joseph, Junior E.
I'm Dividang Senior
And I'm Tim Doc Volunteer.
So our report is topic 1, which is the organization of crew, authority, structure, and responsibilities. So shipboard organizational structure divides crew into 3 departments for ship operation. Primarily at sea, shipboard with some related responsibilities. So organization of crew authority structure is divided into 3. Three departments: the deck department, engine department, and the steward department.
So the first is the management that refers to the responsibility of serving as a master shipmate, ship engineer, or second engineer. The engineer officer on a seagoing ship, ensuring proper performance of the designated functions. Next is the captain or master. The ship's highest responsible officer acting on behalf of the owner, operator, or manager, responsible for day-to-day management, ensuring all the departments comply with the owner or manager requirements. Next is the ship officer. Second in command after the shipmaster oversees the deck department, the cargo operation, stability, and crew supervision, ensuring the safety, security, and welfare of the ship's crew.
Next is the chief engineer. Non-commercial officer is responsible for managing and overseeing the engine department, overseeing operation and maintenance of all engineering equipment. The second engineer services daily maintenance and operation of engineering systems. According to the chief engineer, they are second command in the engine department, and typically the business engineer on a ship. The operation engineer refers to the role of officers in charge of designated duty. Engineer or radio operator on a seagoing ship maintaining direct control over all function with their designated area. The second officer or a second mate is the third command of a ship responsible for navigation and standing which from 12,000 to 16,000 at noon and 00 to 0400 at the night.
So the next personnel on board ship organization on board ship is the third officer, which also known as the third mate, is responsible for the safety of the ship and crew, serving as the ship's chief safety officer and fourth in command. Next is the third engineer, junior to the second, oversees boilers, fuel, auxiliary engines, condensate systems, and bunkering if they hold a valid certificate for fuel transfer operation. Then next, the fourth engineer. Junior to the third engineer is responsible for electrical sewage treatment, lube oil, bilge and oily water separation system, and may assist in lifeboat operations. Next is the support level. Refers to the level of responsibility for performing tasks and duties on seagoing ship under the direction of an operational or management level.
So next is boat crew. Reporting to first mate, serve as the foreman or unlicensed deck crew. Typically requiring a senior able seaman with reasonable English skills. Next is able seaman. Work as a watchstander or day worker performing security related watches when ship isn't moving. must have merchant mariner's document and good English skills. Next is ordinary seaman or is an entry-level deck department position responsible for the crew needs and for security with potential for promotion to a full seaman. So the next is mechanic or fitter is a pretty officer or rating specialist specializing in fabrication and welding.
Next, motorman. Motorman is a non-qualified individual who assists the engine's officers during maintenance performing manual tasks and may not always be qualified engineers. Oiler are rating who responsible for ensuring the machinery is quality, lubricated, perform mental tasks such as cleaning, sounding, tanks, etc. Last but not the least, wiper. Wiper, the lowest rating engine room, is tasked with keeping the machinery spacing in steady. Wiper usually go on the camp oilers once they are familiar with the engine room, machinery, and specific duties. That's all, guys.
End of our report. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Bsme. I'm Cadet Second Class Enriquez Albanese. My topic is Topic 1, Personnel Organization on Board Ship. Personnel Organization on Board Ship. The shipboard organization is a system and structure that identifies the duties and responsibilities of every person on board the ship. We have the commanding officers of vessel or ship, the deck department, radio department, steward department, and engine department. We have the chief officer, the deck department, first officer, second officer, third officer, boatswain, carpenter, Bsme, ordinary seaman, and deck cadet. Master or captain. The master, also called captain, is responsible for the safe operation of the ship on a voyage, the safety and well-being of all passengers. Deck department. The deck department is the unit responsible for navigation, watchkeeping, maintenance of the ship, for cargo, hold, preparation, and loading and unloading of cargoes. Chief officer or first officer. The chief officer or first mate officer is the department head for the deck department. Second officer. The second officer takes specific responsibilities for navigation, the upkeep of charts and software. Third officer. The third officer is a member of the deck department, serve as a deck watch officer, and assist the master and senior deck officer in carrying out their responsibilities. Boatswain. Boatswain, also called boatswainship officer, responsible for maintenance of the ship and its equipment. Seaman. An able seaman is a seaman and member of the deck department of a merchant ship with more than 2 years experience at sea. Consider well acquainted with this duty. Ordinary seaman. An ordinary seaman is a member of the deck department of a ship. Now, radio department. Ship radio station. A ship radio station includes all the transmitting and receiving equipment installed aboard a ship for communication afloat. Radio operator. Aboard ship, incumbents are responsible for maintaining continuous radio, telephone, telegram, teletype communications for the two-way transmission of information, including ship business, weather and maritime alert notice, phone patches, and scientific data maintain and repair electronic equipment aboard ship, which may include scientific electronic equipment, maintain radio locks, manuals, and equipment locks. Steward Department. Steward Department consists of service staff and generally refers to the galley, kitchen. The main duties of these crew members are to prepare and serve meals for the ship's crew. Conducting a chief steward. A chief steward is the senior crew member working in the steward department of ship. First cook. The first cook develops and follows HACCP principles to assure safe preparation and storage of food and supplies. Second cook. The second cook is responsible for the timely preparation and production of all menu items assigned. Galley utility. The galley utility is responsible for handling transport and cleaning of food service equipment, utensils, and areas in the galley and dishwash area of the galley. Messman. Messman belongs to catering department and usually assists chief cook of the vessel in preparation and serving of the food. Engine department. An engine department or engineering department is an organizational unit aboard a ship that is responsible for the operation, maintenance, and repair of the propulsion systems and the support system for the crew, passenger, and cargo. Chief engineer. The chief engineer is the head of the crew who oversees and takes responsibilities of the ship plan operation. First assistant engineer or second engineer. A second engineer or first assistant engineer is a licensed member of the engineering department on a merchant vessel. This title is used for the person on a ship responsible for supervising the daily maintenance and operation of the engine department. Third engineer. Carry out maintenance specific equipment as assigned. They control and participate in operation, maintenance, and repair of machinery as directed. Fourth engineer. The fourth engineer is responsible for the proper, safe, efficient, and economical operation for the vessel, machinery, and equipment assigned to his, her, and care. Engine cadet. An engine cadet on a ship is an apprentice or trainee seafarer who is at the very start of his or her career in the maritime industry. System engine. We have the two types of steam engine department, which have oiler, wiper. Oiler is responsible for keeping equipment well oiled. In other words, an oiler oversees proper lubrication of machinery. Wiper. A wiper is a position responsible for both cleaning the engine, spaces, and machinery of a ship, and assisting the ship engineers as directed. That's all. Thank you.
JP General, we are the assigned group of topic 2, which is personal behavior on board ship. So I am second class Bsme Excellence and these are my groupmates. So personal behavior. Individual behavior can be defined as a mix of responses to external and internal stimuli. Misbehavior and antisocial attitude are not tolerated on board ships. So a behavior is an inherent trait of an organism, including man towards its environment and other organisms. It is controlled by our endocrine and nervous system, and the complexity of our behavioral patterns are set by the complexity of our nervous system. My fellow seafarers who are involved in actions such as abusive language, including racism, sexual harassment, aggressive attitude, and offensive personal habits, can face suspension or discontinuation of their job and job contracts. Next is cultural awareness. A cultural awareness or awareness of the fact that cultures condition the way people see the world and behave, and of the fact that different cultures do so in different ways. It is being aware that individuals possess unique ways of perceiving the world around them based on their cultural background, and acknowledging those beliefs to benefit all the individual inclusively. And another way we can define is that those who are culturally aware are able to recognize the ways their culture influences their values, beliefs, and judgment. So the next reporter will be.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Dr. K. Bilal, and I am the second reporter. So, inherent traits. Under inherent traits, we have values and beliefs. What a culture values finds important, understands of right and wrong. Communication. Verbal and non-verbal language, written, spoken, textures. Social relationship under friends, peers, families, mentors, teachers, and how interact with them. Food, what we eat and how it's cooked. Clothing and body decoration, how we dress, jewelry and body makings, or the tattoos, piercing, or the scarification. Religion, religious beliefs and practices. Family structures, how your family is structured, traditions and customs, things your cultures thus traditionally passed down from generation to generation. View of time, how cultures traits times, linear, never enough time schedule, or cyclical, there's always more, looser schedules. And the last one is recreation. What people do fun to relax. And last is the attitude. Attitude is how we react to this stimuli or input. We either have a positive or negative reaction towards an object, a person, place, things, or event. It is how we judge these things and how they affect us that sets our behavior towards them. We develop our attitudes through experience and observation. Attitudes can change according to our experience, although hereditary factors may also affect our attitudes. So, our attitudes can be influenced by factors self-esteem, credibility, and presentation. And the last reporter is.
So good day everyone, I'm Cadet, second class supplier Department 6. The next topic is extroversion. So it is an attitude that is relaxed and confident. People with this attitude get their motivation from other people and tend to act first before thinking. Introversion is an attitude that is less dependent on external motivation. So introverts usually think before they act and are reserved, subtle, and prefer to work alone. So these are the factors that can affect extroversion. So first we have genetics. Biological factors can affect the way we behave towards certain things. Next, we have attitude. How we react to things can affect our behavior. Next is social norms. Whether we respond with a certain behavior or not depends on our beliefs. Next is control. Our belief on the case or difficulty of a certain situation affects our behavior. Lastly, we have the core faith. This includes motivation by our family, peers, the media, and society. So the last topic is cross-cultural communication. So this is a process of creating and sharing meaning among people from different cultural backgrounds. For example, sexual orientation and non-existence of disabilities are often included as cultures. So there are 5 fundamentals of effective cross-cultural communication. First, we have awareness, preparation, language, humor, and openness.
So the summary of our topic is first, behavior is an inherent trait of an organism while attitude is a human trait. 2. Our behavior is controlled by our endocrine system, while our attitude can be influenced by factors that can be internal or external. Third, our behaviors are set by our social norms, while our attitude are set by how we perceive things. Last is organisms have made similar behavioral patterns while humans have attitudes that are distinct and different from each other. That's all. Thank you.
Good afternoon, classmates. My topic is topic 2. So, my topic is personal behavior on board ship. Behavior towards colleagues on board, misbehavior, and antisocial attitude are not tolerated on board ships. Seafarers were involved in actions such as abusive language, including racism, sexual harassment, aggressive attitude, and offensive personal habits, can face suspension or discontinuation of their job contracts. Seafarers are expected to be friendly and matured, acting with a positive attitude, with cooperation, team spirit, effectively rises, thus contributing to a greater overall, and therefore personal well-being. There are 7 traits that seafarer must possess. So the first is, seafarers are very adaptable. Adaptability is a quality does not mean becoming a different person when you come across new situations. Second is, seafarers are punctual. Third, seafarers are hardworking. Fourth, seafarers are disciplined. Fifth is mentally strong. And the sixth is safety conscious. So the last is responsibility seeker. What skill and personal qualities do you need for maritime? Here are the basic work ethics that you will require for any job at sea. Dependability, integrity, leadership, stress, tolerance, attention to detail, self-control, and composure. Initiative, responsibility, independence, persistence, and being adaptable and flexible. What is safety behavior on board ship? Behavioral safety is a way of improving safety performance through changing the way people behave. It requires crew members on each ship to take responsibility for their own and each other's safety and to ensure that unsafe acts and conditions are not tolerated. Why is personality development important for seafarers? Personal and professional growth is also a significant aspect of the seafarer profession, with developing leadership skills and responsibility, time management, and decision making, problem solving and critical thinking, promoting safety culture and environmental responsibility, and career advance opportunities. What are the skills and attitude of a seafarer? It will probably come as no surprise to learn that anyone thinking about working in seafarer jobs will need to have a strong work ethic. Tenacity, punctuality, people skills, courage, and diligence. These are all highly desirable attributes in many industries. However, in maritime jobs, they're vital necessities. What is personal cultural awareness? Another way we can define it that those who are culturally aware are able to recognize the way their culture influences their values, beliefs, and judgments. What is cross communication? It's a process of creating and sharing meaning among people from different cultural backgrounds. For example, sexual orientation and non-existence of disabilities are often included as cultures. 5 fundamentals of effective cross-cultural communication. First is awareness, preparation, language, humor, and the last is openness.
Good day, ma'am. I'm Cadet Second Class Medical from Bsme Alpha.
And I am Cadet Manoa Cedric A from Bsme Alpha.
And we are the reporter of topic P, and our topic is about awareness on board ship. First, our objective. Our objective is to know what are the safety awareness situations on board ship. Second one is, why is it important to apply safety awareness on board ship? So, first, what is situational awareness means? So, having a good perception of your surrounding at all times can help you avoid injury and incidents. It is very important to know your surrounding at all times because it can help you to avoid getting hurt or being killed on board ship. First of the situational awareness is navigational situation.
Navigational situation. Keeping a watchful eye on navigational charts, GPS systems, and radar to ensure the ship is on its intended course and avoiding collisions with other vessels, submerged, hazards, or navigational challenges like narrow channels. Number 2. Weather and sea conditions. Monitoring weather, forecast, and real-time sea conditions to anticipate rough seas, storms, or adverse weather that could affect the ship's stability and safety. Number 3. Safety drills and emergencies. Participating in safety drills and being alert during real emergencies such as fires, abandoned ship, procedure, or medical crisis. Quick and coordinated responses are crucial. Cargo operations. Overseeing loading and unloading operation, ensuring cargo is secured properly, and being aware of any special handling requirements for hazardous materials.
So this is number 5. Security threats. Staying vigilant for security threats, including piracy, terrorism, and unauthorized access to the vessel and following security protocols to prevent accidents. So this is environmental compliance. Adhering to environmental regulations by monitoring and managing the discharge of waste, ballast water, and emissions to minimize the ship impact on the environment. This is equipment and machinery. Regularly inspecting and maintaining ship equipment and machinery, and promptly addressing any malfunction or breakdowns to prevent accidents or operational disruption. So next is communication. Maintaining effective communication with the bridge, engine room, and other crew members using proper communication protocols to ensure smooth operation and safety. Number 9 is maneuvering and docking. Exercising caution and precision when maneuvering the ship in and out of ports, berths, and locks to avoid collision of grounding. So, maneuvering and docking needs to be performed good to avoid collision with other ships. Watchkeeping. Rotating ships for watchkeeping duties to ensure continuous monitoring response readiness during all hours of the day and night. Watchkeeping is also important because if you watch always the machines, you will know if it is malfunctioning or it is damaged. So that is all the specific situations that require high-end awareness on board ship. So this situational awareness is absolutely critical to navigators. You need to be aware of your environment at all times, understand and then act correctly. So being a seafarer, you need to be to know your surrounding to work smoothly and avoid getting hurt and injured. That's all.
Two, one.
Good afternoon, ma'am. My name is Angelo Yuriakaisa from Bsme 3 Alpha. And my topic is all about awareness on board ship situation. So, what is situational awareness on board? So, situational awareness is the ability to perceive, understand, and effectively respond to one's situation. It involves comprehending a given circumstance, gathering relevant information, analyzing it, and making informed decisions to successfully address any potential risks, hazards, or events that might occur. History has shown that being alert on board is a crucial element to prevent accidents from happening on board ships. The error is, of course, human and inevitable, but over the years, a more enhanced safety culture has been promoted, aiming to teach seafarers how to keep their situational awareness and ensure safe operations. Why situational awareness is important? So, situational awareness is important because it enhances response coordination, mitigates risk, minimizes damages, and saves lives. So, these are the analyses of accidents at sea that involve loss of life have highlighted the following distractions that accidents or it might lead to serious injury. First is using personal mobile devices while on duty. So taking on cell phones can have serious consequences in safety critical situations. In sending or reading text messages is potentially even more distracting because it tag and tag or it might lead our brain being yandering that it gives us distractions in our navigational operations. Next is multitasking while on watch. Engaging tasks other than vessels operations affects performance. Next is music on the bridge throughout the watch. If the listening of music while on watch is accepted on board, instructions should be promulgated to watchkeeping officers so that the instruction might be shared with everybody in a good way. It might be comprehended by others. Number 4, workload and paperwork. Crew members are front with large amount of work, filling, and record keeping being part of today's culture. A person on board dedicated to such duties would ease the burden. And last, intentional disengagement or mind wandering. Mind wandering or zoning out can occur in situations where tasks are protracted, unvarying, familiar, repetitive, or undemanding. So in recovering situational awareness, it is very essential for our own safety. First is follow the rules and understand operating procedures. Call master at least. Number 2, change from automation to manual. If you expect any course alteration. Number 3, advance time either by slowing down and or altering course to plan ahead. Number 4, do not hesitate to use communication or ask for help if you don't know what to do. Number 5, seek the nearest stable, simple and safe method. Go back to the last thing that you are sure of. Number 6, assess the situation from different perspectives with different sources. Number 7, expand your focus to avoid fixation. 8, take time to think, use the time to be willing to be delayed. An awareness on board ship means having a good perception of your surrounding at all times. Comprehending what's happening around you and predicting how this will affect your boat. So there are 3 levels of situational awareness. First is the perception. So the OOW or the officer of the watch perceives data related to the course, speed, altering course to plan ahead. Number 4, do not hesitate to use communication or ask for help if you don't know what to do. Number 5, seek the nearest stable, simple and safe method. Go back to the last thing that you are sure of. Number 6, assess the situation from different perspectives with different sources. Number 7, expand your focus to avoid fixation. 8, take time to think, use the time to be willing to be delayed. An awareness on board ship means having a good perception of your surrounding at all times. Comprehending what's happening around you and predicting how this will affect your boat. So there are 3 levels of situational awareness. First is the perception. So the OOW or the officer of the watch perceives data related to the course, speed, and current position of his vessels and other in the vicinity. This perception is based on the natural human senses of sight, hearing, smell, and touch. So as a OW or officer of the watch, you need to watch out for other vessels in the vicinity, sea state, tide and current, depth of water, and communication between vessels, traffic, services, and other boats. Next is comprehension. The perceived data must be understood and connected into a whole. The watchkeeping officer understands what the data mean to him and his goals. Need to comprehend what is written on the form or the book or in manual. Next is projection. Must be able to project a possible outcome in the near future. So you need to have a vision for a possible outcome that will happen in the near future. And of course, our technology is evolving. So we have a modern technology that has introduced navigation systems to reduce man-made accidents such as central alert management, human-machine interface integrated bridge system, or an ECDIS, which is the electronic chart display information system, and AIS, which is a automatic identification system which are used to locate ships at sea, and radar, and many more. So we have our senses or lookout, which are our eyes, that it is most important source of lookout. AIS, the automatic identification system, it helps to identify ships in the vicinity. Radar shows all targets around you on a screen. Binoculars, they are more important to sight for targets, and our ears to listen the sound signal of ships nearby. So there are tips for quality situational awareness. which are strong understanding of the environment, use of all available means, senses, and tools. Always cross-check yourself and the tools you are using. Always share your observation and listen to others made so that they are well aware for what you did, and know your limits to understand when you are overloaded. Try to ask for help if you don't okay. Next is try to be alert and focus at all times. Check for misinformation and fake news, and trust your instincts, and read accidents reports in order to extrapolate lessons, so that in that way it will help you to guide and plan ahead. And continuous improvement and learning experience through reading reports in order to extract lessons, and try to manage your time as good as possible and allow time for unplanned incidents. Try to plan ahead at all and know your vessel's equipment and systems like autopilot, radar, GPS, AIS, compass, and propulsion. And verbalize your observations and plans to remain conscious and alert of what you are doing. Monitor fatigue levels to see how the crew is coping. And lastly, use the technical aids at your disposal to highlight potential danger. Thank you.
So, pleasant afternoon to each and everyone. We are Group 4, and today we will be discussing about the personal management. By the way, I'm Cadet Second Class Philip James D, and my fellow members,
I am Cadet Second Class Captain DS.
and Villanueva Tyrich. So, without further ado, let's start.
So first, what is personal management? Personal management on board ship is all about governing officers who are bigger responsibilities because they are the ones who make decisions. They represent an administrative staff, and it is their role to integrate the crew with the technical aspects so that the relationship between the officers and crew will improve. Personal management has a number of key functions as follows. Number 1, planning. Planning these aspects involve forecasting what staff vacancies may be required by business in the future, and subsequently planning recruitment activities to support this. The second is organizing. Organizing is personal management is responsible for ensuring and the organizational structure of employees meets the business needs both now and in the future. Number 3, staffing. Staffing. This involves inducting new hires effectively into the business and working on an ongoing basis with staff to train develop them within their current roles. This includes identifying opportunities for potential transfers or promotions. Number 4, motivating. Good personal management is responsible for creating and maintaining the harmonious working environment. This includes ensuring that the compensation and benefits strategy for the business encourages success, employee disciplinary and grievance procedures, effective communication, and solid health and safety practices. The last one is controlling. Ensuring a robust performance appraisal process is crucial for personal management. Also vital is supporting initiatives to help employees' attitude towards work to be positive and build high morale. Personal management can be defined as obtaining, using, and maintaining a satisfying workforce. It is an important aspect of management that is concerned with how employees interact with another within the business and work. As stated by RIPO, personal management is a planning, organization, compensation, integration, and maintenance of people for the purpose and contributing to organizational, individual, and social goals. Bridge claims personal management is a part which is primarily concerned with the human resource of organization. Nature of personal management. Employment, development, and remuneration are all responsibilities of personal management. These tasks are primarily carried out by personal management in conjunction with our departments. General management extends to personal management. It is focused on encouraging and promoting a skills workforce to contribute fully to the concern. The purpose of personal management is to conceal the support line managers with regard to personal issues. As a result, or an organization staff department is the personnel department. The emphasis on personal management is an actional rather than creating extensive calendars, plans, and work techniques. These issues and complaints are of employees at work can be resolved more successfully with the help of logical personal policies. It based on how people are inclined. It aims to assist the employees in realizing their full potential. And the next one is leadership.
So my given subtopic is about leadership. So leadership is the ability to persuade others to seek the final objective. Enthusiastically, leadership is so important. It's human factor binds the group together and motivates it towards a certain goal. So leadership, in short,
Of employees at work can be resolved more successfully with the help of logical personal policies. It based on how people are inclined. It aims to assist the employees in realizing their full potential. And the next one is leadership.
so my given subtopic is about leadership. So leadership is the ability to persuade others to seek the final objective. Enthusiastically, leadership is so important. It's human factor binds the group together and motivates it towards a certain goal. So leadership, in short, it is the act of guiding a team or individual to achieve a certain goal. So the role behavior of a leader covers three different skills. First, technical. Refers to personal knowledge of proficiency in any type of process technique. It deals with things. The technical, having this kind of knowledge and expertise makes a leader confident in his chosen field. Since this deal with things, a leader must have a skill in doing risky things. So, human, the ability to, second, human, the ability to interact effectively with people and to build teamwork. It deals with people. The human, being a leader with human skills means being sensitive to the needs and motivation of others and taking into account others' needs in one decision making. In short, human skill is the capacity to get along with others. As you go about your work, being able to understand the emotional needs of the whole team. So, last one, or the third one, conceptual, deals more with long-range plans, formulation, and other abstraction. It deals with ideas. So, conceptual deals with ideas. Being a leader also requires to be creative in his own ways. A leader having a creative thinking skills can be poised to arrive at their desired outcomes. So now that I explained the skills that a leader must possess, this will likely result in a good teamwork with the best leader in handling his own team. So leadership style. Number one, positional. They always demand respect from people they serve. Number two, bureaucrat. They follow the manual exactly. Procedures like parliamentary is closely observed. Number three, dependable. The jack of all trades and knows everything. The followers need not to worry because the leader takes care of everything. Number four, example. They are leaders who give responsibilities to their followers. gradually so that in the future they can stand on their own. Number 5, participative. They encourage their member to take their responsibilities even at the risk of making mistakes so that everyone will learn leadership by leading. So, kind of leadership. So, autocratic leadership. Centralized power and decision making for themselves. The members are obedient to the leaders who dictate everything, thinking that their members are not capable of making their own decision. So, characteristic and personality. So, A, perfectionist. So, basically, insecure task and not person-oriented. So, B, getting what they want by wit or bribes. Demanding always refuses to listen to others. C, strong personality to demand obedience by fear. Cannot admit any mistakes. Looking for scapegoats with something goes wrong. D, give orders which must be obeyed. Demand service but would not serve. Letter E, have all powers for themselves. Proud and aristocratic. So number 2, liberal leadership. So free reign leader who sees their members as responsible. Every member is entitled to be heard and to be responsible for what he does. As a result, there is no controlling authority. So confusion is present because everybody claims to be right. So characteristic and personality of being liberal leadership. So they listen to everybody, easygoing. B, trust everyone to be responsible, open and tolerant of everything and to everybody. C, accept everything without evaluating, gives everything for a chance. So last, gets along well with everybody. Good group, sir. So that's all in my subtopic.
I'm Cadet Second Class Villanueva Residence and my topic is teamwork. Teamwork, valuable asset is uh, in any organization is teamwork, and this is enhanced by recognizing the strength and limitations and competence of the people within a team and organizing that the work of the bridge team to take best advantage of the attributes of each team members. Next is ISM code or International Safety Management Code. ISM is the international standard of the safe management and operations of ships. And for managing pollution prevention, the ISM code sets safety management objectives and requirements for safety management system. Next is the International Convention on Standards of Training, Certifications, and Watchkeeping for Seafared seafared or STCW sets out minimum training requirements for seafarers, including medical fitness, personal safety, social responsibilities, environmental awareness, and other essential competences. The next is the Maritime Labor Convention or MLC 2006. Establishes minimum working and living standards for all seafarers working on ships flying the flags of ratifying countries.
So, pleasant day to each and everyone. So, we are the presenter of topic 5. It's all about the leadership and teamwork.
So my topic is leadership. I'm the first supporter and now I'm going to discuss what is leadership. Leadership skills are the strengths and abilities individuals demonstrate that to oversee processes, guide initiatives, and steer their employees toward the achievements of goals. So leadership at sea. Leadership at sea is a blend of classroom and experimental learning focusing on leadership development, team building, and seamanship. Role of leaders: organizing, guiding, and managing. So the importance of this is they are aware that they have a responsibility to create a positive atmosphere and a sense of community on board. They aspire others. They are visionaries who motivate and encourage their team to reach the desired outcome, understanding what leadership entails in duty. Shipboard organizational chart. It provided the explicit knowledge and understanding to value them and develop as leaders in the maritime profession. Leadership as per guideline, teamwork, conflict resolution. So, means that on board a ship is all about governing officers who have bigger responsibilities. They are the ones who make decisions. They represent the administrative and it is their role to integrate the crew with the technical aspects to that relationship between officers and crew will improve. That's all for my report. And the next reporter is Nico.
So next, after the leadership, we are going to tackle about the teamwork. Teamwork. It relates to the cohesiveness of a team, the ability to create a positive working atmosphere, and how to recognize the strengths and skills that each team member brings. So here in teamwork on board ship, it is really important that we must adhere to the different skills and strengths of the crew so that we will be able to understand them and have good communication. Then it improves efficiency and productivity. Collaborative effort of a group to achieve a common goal or to complete a task in an effective and efficient way. So one of the importance of teamwork is that it enables us to create a positive outcome to every action or every operation if we have a communication as well as the collaborative aspect in onboardship. Then a valuable asset in any organization is teamwork, and this is enhanced by recognizing the strength, limitations, and competence of the people within a team and organizing the team to take best advantage of the attributes of team member. How to build a good teamwork on board ship. So first, you have the common goal, priority of roles, satisfaction from cooperation, accountability, honest communication, and team trust. So if we know the strengths of our teamwork, of our team member of the crew of the onboard ship, especially to engine department, then we are able to produce a good operation in everything we do on board ship. So comparison on duties as a team. So in deck department, the deck department is responsible for the safe navigation and operation of the vessel, both at sea and in port. All deck operations and maintenance are also managed by the team. So everything that is work that relates to navigation and operation of the vessel, either on board ship or in port, are all done by the deck department. So all crew from the deck department are responsible for all that operation. The next, the engine department. The engine department is responsible for all technical operation of the vessel, including engineering, electrical, and mechanical units. So when we are talking about the technical operation, especially the troubleshooting of the different machineries and technology that is being used on board ship, that is the duties of the engineering, even though the machineries are being put on the deck. But when we are talking about troubleshooting, it is being done by the engineering department. So, what is the importance of leadership as well as teamwork? So, membership. So, this leadership and teamwork are both characteristics as well as skills that we must employ or embody as a crew member of onboard ship to be able to produce a good positive outcome to every operation, task done, and action on board ship. So that's all.
I am Zaragoza Ian JC from Bsme 3 Alpha. I'm one of the reporters for Group 4. So my topic is leadership. What is leadership and teamwork? So basically, leadership skills are the strength and abilities individual demonstrate that helps oversees process, guide initiatives, and steer the employees towards the achievement of goals. As with any team, leaders are necessary to provide directives and oversee crew at every level. Crew members must exercise leadership skills to bring out the best in both themselves and their fellow mariners. So basically, teamwork and leadership allows the strength and skills of individuals, enabling the team to move in unified directions towards shared goal, ma'am. So next is, what is leadership at sea? Leadership at sea is a blend of classroom and experimental learning, focusing on leadership development, team building, and seamanship. So, like the previous explanation, the leadership is essential to us because a leader must be able to foster collaboration and trust among their teams, as well as establish clear communication, especially in seafarers or maritime.
Good day everyone, I am grade 2nd class Commercial B from Bsme 3 Alpha. So I am talking about topic 6, which is the task and workload management. So in this topic, I have four workload management. So namely, planning and coordination, personal management, time and resource constraint, and prioritization. So to start off, we need to listen carefully so that we can understand the lesson. So first is planning and coordination. Planning, organizing, and coordinating involves proactively planning, establishing priorities, and allocating resources. It is expressed by developing and implementing increasingly complex plans. It also involves monitoring and adjusting work to accomplish goals and to deliver the organization's mandate. So planning and coordination, it has different varieties, or in planning and coordination it has different plans and coordination. So in planning and coordination is very important because before going to work, before having a job to do, you need to plan and coordinate. So in planning, you need to plan what is the thing you need to do for this day, to the next day. And for coordination, you need to coordinate by yourself, especially with yourself and with your colleagues. So in planning and coordination, it is essential to have a task and workload management. So next is personal management. Personal management or self-management skills involve your ability to control your feelings, thoughts, and actions. With this skill, you can set independent goals and take actions to realize them. In the long run, personal management skills help direct your career trajectory. So in personal management, it is stated there that you need to control your feelings, your thoughts, your actions. So your actions, your thoughts, your feelings can affect your job, your mood for the day. So if you have a bad, or if you're in bad mood, so you cannot do things you need to do for that end of the day, because your actions, your feelings and thoughts can affect the work, or especially yourself. So it is very important to manage yourself, to take take actions on your feelings and how you speak, how you deliver, and how you receive, or how you receive things. So next is time and resource constraint. So in time and resource constraint, it is stated here that it refers to a project's overall deadline and sub-deadlines along the path to reaching goals. Resource constraints refer to more controllable elements such as staffing, materials, and access to need equipment. Frequently, these constraints are at odds with each other. So in time and resource constraint, it is very important to manage your time and be resourceful within the intended time. So we all know that time is our biggest um, time is our biggest enemy. It's one of your enemy. So if we don't have enough time, we can do the things we need to do for that intended time. So it's very important to manage your time so that you will be resourceful within that given time. So the next one is prioritization. So in prioritizing includes deciding what order tasks should be completed based on their importance. This strategy may help you organize your time more efficiently. This helps you learn how to complete important tasks first, meet deadlines, and have more time to finish larger tasks. So in prioritization, you need to prioritize the things you need to do. So you need to prioritize what are the things you need to do first, what are the things you need to do last. So in this workload, you need to prioritize the things that would make you productive within that week. So you need to prioritize things that you have knowledge, you are knowledgeable, so that you can do things smoothly, because you have idea on that area or that field. So prioritization is important because you need to prioritize your time, your work, your actions, and so on. So with that, for workload management, you can be productive if you set your goals, you set your time, you have time management. So just do the things that will make you productive with that day. So
good day everyone, I'm Cadet Second Class Member Royal. So this is my topic 6, task and workload management. Personal management or self-management. Skills involve your ability to control yourself and thoughts or feelings. To control your skills, you can set independent goals and take action to realize them. In the long run, personal management skills helps you to direct career trajectory, time and assessment constraint. So time, it means how you to control some work in an engine to stable your duties. Time constraints is to a project overall deadline and sub deadline, also the fact to reaching goals. Resource constraints refers to more controllable elements such as staffing, materials, and access needed equipment. Frequently, these constraints are as with each other ratio. Prioritizing includes deciding what order tasks should be completed based on your importance. So, prioritization is what you with in duty or something else like capital, FPS. This strategy may help you to organize your time more efficiently. This helps you to learn how to complete important tasks. First meet deadline and have more time to finish target task. So it means you need to be patient to be on your duty. So, like for example, in engine and in main engine to avoid some damage, to avoid some self distraction, you need to focus what you're doing. Engine.
Good morning and good afternoon to everyone. I'm Jero Pascal from second class Bsme, and I'm here to talk about topic 7, planning and coordination. A ship is successfully run by two different departments. This is engine and deck department. That work day and night ensure that ship delivers its cargo on time. Duties of officers and crew of each of these departments is great importance, and the ship cannot sail if a problem is faced by either of them. One of the most common and important operations wherein the deck and engine departments come together is the ship maneuvering. However, to ensure utmost safety of the ship, it is important that the officers and crew members of each department shun their ego and maintain their healthy communication, not only during emergency situations, but through all important ship operations. So we will tackle for the first problem. So, engine room machinery abnormality. A machinery in the ship engine room is bound to face problem number C. In case of breakdown of any machinery, the duty of engineer must inform the bridge officer immediately without any delay. If the problem occurs in the main engine, power generators, or any associated machinery which can affect the buoyance of the ship, the engineer must take all necessary steps and inform the bridge at the earliest. Next is the fire on the ship. With the implementation of advanced safety and automation system, detection of fire on board ship has become quite efficient. In case of fire in the ship, the indication of affected location is displayed either on the bridge or in the fire station. And in such condition, it is important that deck officers call the engine room inform about the specific location of the fire even after the fire alarm has been sounded. Next is the park traffic or other man-stage situation. Today, most of the ship have UMS, engine room, and the engine is controlled from the bridge. If any situation arises wherein the engine is to be slowed and manned, the bridge officer must inform the duty engineer well in advance. This situation may include fog or weather warnings, canal crossing, high traffic areas, and under bridge crossing, etc. Heavy smoke spark from the funnel. If the ship's funnel is discharging abnormal black white smoke or there are sparks arising from the funnel, the deck officer on the bridge must inform the ship to the engine room immediately, as it may lead to a quick fire if ignored. Next is internal oil transfer operation. If any engine room internal oil transfer procedure must be pre-informed to the bridge officer, as the transfer of oil from one tank to another may affect the current list or trim of the ship. Also, an informed deck officer will keep a good overboard watch and revert back to the engine room immediately in case of oil leakage or spill.
I'm the next reporter. So I'm Cadet Second Class Civil from Bsme Alpha, and my topic is all about the pumping operation. So pumping operation is the ballast pumps are high quality pumps which are used to operate the list, trim, or throughout the ship. They also used to imports to cargo loading and discharging to save fuel. And normally use one generator to run or at higher load when the ship is at port. And hence of deck officer must inform the engine department before starting any pumps, including the ballast and the fire pump, as there are requirement to start more generators and accommodate the power requirements. Is to when it to start the pumping the pumps of operation, we need to the deck department to inform the engine department to when it to operate or open the all pumps, so that they can avoid or to know what they will work or what will open. So next is the deck machinery operation. So before starting any deck machinery, including about thrusters and bridges, the deck officer must inform the engineering department so that the engineers can check any ensure that the machinery is ready to start and the generator has enough and accommodating the power available. And the in case if the bow thruster or BT is hydraulic pumps and fans are to be started to sequentially before the main operation, which the ship's engineer will be perform or if informed not well in advance. So next is the OWS operation. So meaning of the OWS is the oil water separator. So nowadays the oily water separator is an important ship machinery checked by all PCS port state control or PCSCS or on every visit. It is important to marine engineers to inform the bridge and take position of the ship while starting or stopping the oily water separator. And also the bridge officers are required to take a note of the same in the bridge look hook or logbook. And the next is the same the OSWS operation that the check all the also required by the bridge officer for any oil scene of the water once the OSWS is operation has started. And the oil pollution on the ship is serious crime when it comes to many reports or news about the oil leaking or the oil pollution. And serious crime which includes huge fines and even imprisonment, and operation therefore requires to clear and sound communication to between officers in both departments, even the deck departments or the engine departments. So manning and unmanning engine room. So manning and unmanning the engine room is the engine officer is on duty of or UMS or underwater maintenance and services. Ship must inform the bridge before turning on the unmanned mode and leaving the engine room. Engineer should be informed about this visit and manned and unmanned situation every time he or she visits the engine's room and switch on or switch off the dead man's alarm. And it will help to informing the bridge or all officers of the engineers presence is the machinery space. And also to in case of any mishap of the in the engine room that the or no reply on the what the call or the alarm, the dead man alarm is the deck officers can assist the take immediate section or action. And the last is the pilot or PCS on board or port state control. So in the duty of the bridge officer to inform the engine room about the pilot boarding time or whenever is any outside of authority is about to visit the ship. And this will give time to engine room to stop to be ready of any important situations and prevent any kind of ship delay. And running of a ship safely and efficient is a team effort to which requires the utmost clear communication between the deck and engine officers. And the above of the mentioned situations are some of the most important to us is the ones is which needs to great coordination between the ship departments, both departments, maybe the engine deck department or the engine departments. So that's all.
Hello everyone, my name is Christian De La Roque. Together with my buddy, Jerome De La Cruz, we will be talking about causes and effect of time and resource constraints. Resource and priorities, project network times are not a schedule until resources have been assigned. Implicit assumption is that resources will be available in the required amounts when needed. Adding new projects requires making realistic judgment of resource availability and project durations. Cost estimates are not budget until they have been paced. There are branches under the project planning process: scope, WBS, network, resource and cost scheduling, master plan, and risk. Well, the resource problem, there are many kinds of resource problem. Resource smoothing or leveling involves attempting to even out varying demands on resource by using slacks, delaying non-critical activities to manage resource utilization when resources are adequate over the life of the project. Resource constraint scheduling, the duration of the project may be increased by delaying the late start of these activities if resources are not adequate to meet peak demands. Types of project constraints: technical or logical constraints, physical constraints, resource constraints. Kinds of resource constraints are people, materials, and equipment. In classification of scheduling a problem, using a priority matrix will help determine if the project is time or resource constrained. Time constrained project must be completed by an imposed date. Time is fixed, resources are flexible, additional resources are required to ensure project meets schedule. Resource constraints project is one in which level of resource available cannot be exceeded. Limiting assumption, splitting activities is not allowed. Once an activity is started, it is carried to completion level is resources used for an activity cannot be changed. Risk assumption, under that activities with the most slack pose the least risk, reduction of flexibility does not increase risk. The nature of an activity, open and close parenthesis, easy complex doesn't increase risk. Next, resource allocation method. Time-constrained projects must be completed by an imposed date. Required use of leveling techniques that focus on balancing or smoothing resource demands. Use positive slacks, delaying non-critical activities to manage resource utilization of the duration of the project. Last, resource allocation method, resource demand leveling techniques for time-constrained projects. Advantage, peak resource demand and reduce resources over the life of the project or reduce. Fluctuation in resource demand is minimized. Disadvantages are loss of flexibility that occurs from reducing slack and increase the critical of all activities. And next will be reported by Jerome.
Good afternoon to each and everyone, especially to you, Crystal and Bianca. I am Cadet Second Class de la BR. My topic is topic number 8, which is about cause and effect of time and resource constraint. So, resource allocation method. Resource demand labeling techniques for time constrained projects. Advantages. Peak resource demands are reduced. Resource over the life of the project are reduced. Fluctuation in resource demand is minimized. Disadvantages. Loss of flexibility that occurs from reducing slacks. Increase in the criticality of all activities. Resource allocation method. Resource constraint project. Resources are limited in quantity or availability. Schedule using heuristics rules of thumbs that focus on. Number 1. Minimum slack. Group smallest list duration. 3. Lowest activity identification number. The parallel method is used to apply a heuristic uh, iterative process starting at the first time period of the project and scheduling period by period the start of any activities using the three priority rules. Impact of resource constraint scheduling. Number 1, reduce delay but reduce flexibility. 2, increase critically of events. 3, increase scheduling complexity. Makes the traditional critical path no longer meaningful. Can break sequence or events. May cause parallel activities to become sequential and critical activities with slack to become non-critical. Splitting. A schedule of techniques used to get a better project schedule and or increase resource utilization. Involves interrupting work on activity to employ the resource or another activity, then returning the resource to finish the interrupted work. Is feasible when startup and shutdown cost and load. Is considered the major reasons why project fails to meet schedules. Benefits of scheduling resource. Leaves the time for the consideration of reasonable alternatives. Lost time with changes in priorities. Provides information for time-based work package budgets to assess. Impact of unforeseen events. Amount of flexibility in available resource. Multi-project resource schedules. Multi-project scheduling problems. For one, overall projects leakage. Delay on one project creates delays for other projects. Inefficient resource applications. The peaks and valleys of resource demands create scheduling problems and delay for projects. Resource bottleneck. Shortage of critical resource required for multiplying project costs, delay and schedule extension. Multi-project resource schedule. Managing multiple projects schedule. Creates project officers and departments who oversee the scheduling of resource across projects. Use a project priority unique system. First,
Go. Good afternoon, everyone. So this afternoon, we're going to discuss about the topic 9, which is all about the resource management. So resource management is a practice of planning, scheduling, and allocating people, money, and technology to a project or a program. So we all know that we as a seafarer, we must know how to manage our resources on board. We all know that the resources on board are limited. So we must know how to manage it. Resource management refers to the effective and efficient allocation, utilization, and optimization of resources within an organization or system. It involves planning, organizing, and controlling resources to achieve desired objectives while minimizing waste and minimizing productivity. So here are some key aspects of resource management. So it is the process of allocating resources to achieve the greatest of organizational value. Good resources management result in the right resources being available at the right time for the right work. Resource management is critical for organizations to ensure they are optimizing and allocating resources to the right initiatives. The initiatives that are aligned to the corporate strategy and bring most value. So on board ship, it's really important to manage all resources. They are required to give the resources to the specific person, both work and resources. You can effectively schedule, plan, and manage your resources, aligning them with the right projects at the right time. Allocation, assignment, and prioritization of resources refers to the resources are assembled and distributed as required in appropriately priority for achieving optimal job performance. When seafarers perform tasks, it is unnecessary for them to make a priority other resources which influence the working arrangement. So we have here first the human resources. Human resources, the managing human resources involve activities such as workplace planning, recruitment, training, and development performance management, and ensuring employee engagement. It is aimed to optimize the utilization of human capital and create a productive and motivated workplace. So second, we have the financial resources, refers to the budgeting, forecasting, and monitoring financial resources to ensure the organization's financial stability and sustainability. It includes allocating funds, appropriately tracking expenses, managing cash flow, and making informed financial decisions. So third, we have material resources. Material resources management encompasses the procurement, storage, and utilization of physical resources such as raw materials, equipment, and inventory. It involves the inventory management, supply chain optimization, maintenance planning, and efficient utilization of resources to minimize the waste and reduce costs. Time management. Time management involves prioritizing.
Go.
So the fourth one, we have the time management. Time management involves prioritizing activities, setting deadlines, and optimizing the use of time to enhance productivity and achieve goals. It includes the planning and scheduling tasks, delegating responsibilities, and eliminating wasting activities to improve efficiency.
So, so, so next is 6, environmental sustainability. Resource management also includes considering environmental sustainability by promoting responsible resource consumption, waste reduction, and adopting eco-friendly practices. It involves implementing measures to conserve energy reuse, environmental impact, and comply with relevant regulations and standards. Overall, resource management encompasses various aspects including human resources, financial resources, material resources, time management, technology, information technology, information resources, and environmental sustainability. By effectively managing these resources, organizations can optimize their operations, improve productivity, and achieve their objective efficiently. When evaluating different onboard situations to allocate, assign, and prioritize available resources, several factors should be considered. Here are some key considerations. 1. Safety and emergency response. Safety of personnel and the vessel should always be the top priority. Resources must be allocated to ensure compliance with safety regulations, emergency response, preparedness, and the ability to address any potential risks or hazards promptly. Number 2, operational requirements. Access the operational needs of the vessel or facility determines the essential resources required to maintain critical operations such as fuel, power, water, and communication system. Allocating resources accordingly to ensure uninterrupted functionality. Contingency planning. Anticipate and prepare for unexpected situation or emergency. Allocate resources for continuous planning, including backup system, emergency system, equipment, and provisions. Prioritize resources that enable quick and effective response in crisis situation. Regulatory and legal compliance. Allocate resources to meet regulatory and legal obligations. Assign resources for documentation, reporting, inspections, and audits. Prioritize resources that ensure compliance with international, national, and local regulations. When evaluating and allocating resources in different onboard situations, it is essential to consider these factors holistically and make informed decisions based on the specific requirements, priorities, and constraints of the vessel or facility.
So the resources management is really important. So that would be all.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, batchmate. We are the reporter of topic 10, and the title of this topic is Effective Leadership Behaviors. But before that, let me introduce myself. I am Christian R. Sambagan.
And I am Cadet Christian Class Gonzalez.
And we will start our report. Key leadership behaviors you can apply to yourself.
Number 1, clear communication. Communicate with your vision and expectation clearly to your team. Listen actively to their feedback and concerns. Number 2, lead by example. Demonstrate the work and ethic, values, and behaviors you expect from your team members and be a role model. Number 3, empower and delegate. Trust your team to take on responsibilities and make decisions. Empower them to grow and learn. Number 4, conflict resolution. Address conflict promptly and constructively. Seek win-win solutions and promote a positive work environment. Number 5, adaptability. Be open to change and adaptable to new circumstances. Embrace innovation and encourage your team to do the same. Number 6, accountability. Take responsibility for your action and decision. Hold yourself and your team accountable for results. Number 7, empathy. Empathy shows an understanding towards your team members. Consider their perspective and well-being. Number 8, decision making. Make informed decisions considering both short-term and long-term consequences. Involve your team in the decision-making process when appropriate. Number 9, the motivation. Inspire and motivate your team by recognizing their achievements and providing opportunities for growth. And lastly, continuous learning. Invest in your own personal and professional development. Encourage your team to do the same. Remember that effective leadership is a continuous journey of self-improvement and adaptation to the needs of your team and organization. Examples of effective leadership behaviors in action. Number 1, active listening. A leader listens attentively to their team members during a meeting, asking follow-up questions to gain a deeper understanding for their ideas and concerns. Second, setting clear goals. A leader establishes clear, specific, and achievable goals for their team, providing a sense of direction and purpose. The third one is leading by an example. If a leader expects punctuality, they arrive at meetings on time. If they want a strong work ethic, they demonstrate dedication and hard work in their own tasks. The fourth one is empowering team members. A leader trusts their team to take decisions within their areas of responsibility, giving them ownership and autonomy. The fifth one is conflict resolution. When conflict arises, a leader addresses the issue calmly and seeks a resolution that satisfies both parties, promoting harmony within the team. 6. Recognition and appreciation. A leader acknowledges and appreciates the efforts and accomplishment of team members, boosting morale and motivation. Number 7. Adaptability. In the face of changing circumstances, a leader remains flexible and encourages their team to embrace the change as an opportunity for growth. Number 8. Transparency. A leader openly shares information about the organization, goals, challenges, and decisions, fostering trust and enlightenment. Lastly, the accountability. Leader takes responsibility for their action and admit mistakes when they occur. They hold themselves and their team members accountable for achieving results. Number 10. A leader provides guidance, support, and mentorship to team members, helping them develop their skills and advance in their careers. And the 11th is emotional intelligence. Leaders understand and manage their emotions and are empathic toward the emotion of others, creating a positive and supportive work environment. Lastly, innovation and creativity. Effective leaders encourage and reward innovative thinking, promoting a culture of continuous. These examples illustrate how various leadership behaviors can positively impact a team and contribute to our overall success. Effective leadership often combines these behaviors to create a well-rounded and motivating leadership style.
Next is applying effective leadership behaviors requires a combination of actions and attitudes. So these are the example scenario. You are the team leader of a project that has faced unexpected challenges, causing stress and frustration among team members' project goals. So these are the effective leadership behaviors to apply. First is clear communication. First, gather your team for a meeting to address the challenges. Clearly communicate the current situation, the impact of the project, and the steps you plan to take and overcome these challenges. Second is active listening. During the meeting, actively listen to your team members' concerns, frustrations, and ideas. Show empathy and validate their feelings. Third, empathy. After hearing their concerns, empathize with their team's stress and acknowledge the difficulties they are facing. Let them know you understand their feelings. Fourth is conflict resolution. Address any conflicts or disagreements among team members with a focus on finding solutions and maintaining a positive work environment. Fifth is the motivation. Encourage your team by recognizing their hard work and dedication despite the challenges. Highlight their achievements and remind them of the project's importance. Number 6 is the adaptability. Demonstrate your adaptability by revisiting the project plan and making necessary adjustments to better navigate the challenges. Involve the team in this process to get their input. 7 is the transparency. Be transparent about the decisions made and the rationale behind them. Keep the team informed about any changes in the project direction of the Number 8 is accountability. Take responsibility for any decisions that contribute to the challenges and openly admit any mistakes. Emphasize a collective sense of accountability for overcoming the obstacle together. Number 9 is the mentorship. Offer support and mentorship to team members who may need additional guidance or resources to cope with the challenges. Provide opportunities for skill development. Number 10 is setting clear goals. They establish clear achievable goals and milestones for the project. Ensure everyone understands their roles and responsibilities. Number 11 is leading by example. Demonstrate your commitment and work ethic by actively contributing to the project's resolution. Show that you are willing to put in the effort required to overcome obstacles. And lastly is the innovation and creativity. Encourage your team to brainstorm innovative solutions to the challenges. Create a space for sharing creative ideas. By applying these effective leadership behaviors in this scenario, you can help your team navigate through difficulties, boost morale, and ultimately lead them to successfully overcome the challenges and achieve project goals. That's all. Thank you for listening.
Okay. Good afternoon to each and everyone. So my report is effective decision-making techniques. So the next reporter is Arnold Sartorio. So I am the first reporter. So first is, what is this decision-making? Decision-making is the process of making choices by identifying a decision, gathering information, and assessing alternative solutions. Using a step-by-step decision-making process can help you to make more deliberate thoughtful decisions by organizing the relevant information and defining alternatives. This approach increases the chances that you will choose most satisfying alternative possible. So you can decide what you want, when you want, and where you want. First is identify the decision. Step 1. Identify the decision. You realize that you need to make a decision. Try to clearly define the nature of the decision you must make. The first step is very important. And the next step is gather relevant information. Collect some pertinent information before you make your decision. What information is needed, the best sources of information, how you get it. This step involves both internal and external work. Some of the information internal, you seek it through a process of self-assessment. Other information is external. You'll find it online, in books, from other people, and from the sources, or from other sources. Step 3. Identify the alternatives. As you collect information, you will probably identify several possible paths of actions or alternatives. You can also use imagination and additional information to construct new alternatives. In this step, you will list all possible and desirable alternatives. The last is step 4. Weigh the evidence. Draw on your information and emotions to imagine what it will be like if you carried out each of the alternatives to the end. Evaluate whether you need identified in step 1 would you be met or resolved through the use of each alternatives. As you go through this difficult internal process, you will begin to favor certain alternatives, those that seems to have a higher potential. In priority, other based upon your own value systems. That's all. Thank you.
Go.
1, 2, 3, go.
So I'm the next reporter. So choose among alternatives. Step 5. Choose among alternatives. Once you have weighed all the evidence, you are ready to select the alternative that seems to be the best one for you. You may even choose a combination of alternatives. Your choice in step 5 may very likely be the same or similar to the alternatives you place at the top of your list at the end of step 4. So next is take action. So step 6, take action. You're now ready to take some positive action by beginning to implement the alternative you choose in step 5. So next is review your decision and consequence. So step 7, review your decision and its consequence. In this final step, consider the result of your decision and evaluate whether or not it has resolved the need you identified in step 1. If the decision has not met the identified need, you may want to repeat certain steps of the process to make a new decision. For example, you might want to gather more detail for somewhat different information or explore additional alternatives. That's all. Thank you.
Plus to the master situation, carry as much information, water and warm clothing as you can carry. Act according to the vessel's master's list. All ships engineers will be assembled in engine room. In case of CO2 alarm, leave the engine room immediately. Engine room flooding. In case of engine flooding, chief engineer should be called immediately and general alarm should be raised. Immediate action should be taken in preventing the more seawater to enter the engine
a building from the engine room should be established in accordance with the engineer.
Good day. I'm second class Elizabeth B, and my topic for today is about effective assessment of onboard situation. So, our learning objectives is to assess the different onboard situations in which the effective decision-making techniques are applicable. So, onboard assessment. The Engineering Institute onboard assessment courses has been designed to provide industry guidance for courses participants to engage behavioral competencies assessment on board under voyage condition. So, emergency situation guided. Officers and crew should familiarize themselves throughout with the fire training manual and the training manual on life-saving appliances of the ship. So, upon the future seafarers undergo or go in voyage condition, you must train for fire training manual and life-saving training. So, these are some alarms that we should know upon on board. So, general alarm. So, upon the general alarm occur, we must rush to the master station with life jacket, immersion suit, and act according to the vessel master list. Act as per the emergency explained by in charge of officers. Next, fire alarm. Inform the officers on watch, check if it is false or true alarm, report back of finding. In case of fire, raise the fire general alarm as soon as possible. Try to stop the fire, and if it's not possible, muster according to the fire master list. Next, man board signals. Upon these signals occur, rush to the deck and try to locate the crew member falling in the water. Throw lifeboat and inform deck. Next, abandon ship signal. Rush to the master station. Carry as much alteration, water, and warm cloth as you can carry. Act according to the vessel master list. Next, engineer's call. All ship engineers should assemble in engine control room for CO2 alarm. In case of CO2 alarm, leave the engineering room immediately. Engine room flooding. In case of engine room flooding, chief engineer should be called immediately and general alarm should be raised. Immediate action should be taken in preventing more seawater to enter the engine room. And emergency bilging from the engine room should be established in accordance with the chief engineer. So that's all.
So, good day everyone, and this is my report about ship safe operation. So, safety is important in every aspect of running a ship. Although, there are many ways to create a safe and working environment at sea. Personal safety awareness is the cause from which all other considerations apply. Safety on board. The health of crew, shipboard safety, and the prevention of accidents are matters of top priority. Safety covers all of the vessel activities including navigation, cargo, mooring and unmooring vessels, and business, machinery operation, etc. Because of nature of the environment and occupation, seafarers are subjected to various hazards, such as vessel rolling and pitching under heavy weather. Second is operation of machinery and equipment under heavy weather. Third is cargo danger. Fourth is fire and explosion. Fifth is navigation hazard. Then onboard safety program. A successful balance between the vessels of safety and company safety program is to consolidate the personal desire to avoid injury. Safety meeting. As a part of the safety awareness program, the master must hold a regular safety meeting with all parties concerned for the purpose of ensuring that everyone will understand the following. First is what caused the accident. Second is the importance of working safety. Third is the safety guidelines to prevent recurrence. Safety of personnel. Shipboard produce a procedure shall be established and maintained to protect and ensure the safety of personnel, and these include: first is standard of safety working practices for general shipboard application for specific type of ship, types of cargo, or any other aspect which may be potential hazard. Second is the maintenance. Standard of safety working practices for general shipboard application for specific type of ship, type of cargo, or any other aspect which may be potential hazard. Second is maintenance procedure to maintain machinery, equipment, fittings, and safe working conditions. Third is emergency procedure to ensure that fire and life-saving appliances are available for immediate use. Four is security procedure as appropriate to combat acts of terrorism or sabotage. Five is procedure to protect every.
I'm Cadet Second Class Hugo Bin Laden from Bsme 3 Alpha. And this is all about my topic, ship safe operation. Number 1, safety. Safety is important in every aspect of running a ship. Although there are many ways to create a safe and working environment at sea. Personal safety awareness is the process from which all other consideration apply. Number 2, safety on board. The health of crew, shipboard safety, and the prevention of accident are matter of top priority. Safety cover all of the vessel activities including navigation, cargo, operation, mooring and unmooring, vessel maintenance and cleanliness, machinery operation, etc. Because of nature of their environment and occupations, seafarers are subject to various hazards such as: number 1, vessel rolling and pitching under heavy weather; number 2, operation of machinery and equipment under heavy weather; number 3, cargo danger; number 4, fire and explosion; number 5, navigation hazard. In the next, onboard safety program. A successful balance between the vessel safety and the company safety program is to conciliate the personal desire to avoid injury. Next, safety meeting. As a part of the safety awareness program, the master must hold a regular safety meeting with all parties concerned for the purpose of ensuring that everyone will understand the following. Number 1, what causes the accident? Number 2, the importance of working safety. Number 3, the safety guidelines to prevent recurrence. And the next, safety of personnel. Shipboard procedures shall be established and maintained to protect and cure the safety of personnel, and these include: number 1, understand of safety working practice for general shipboard application for a specific type of ship, types of cargo, or any aspect which may be potential hazard. Number 2, maintenance procedure to maintain machinery, equipment, and fitting in safe working condition. Number 3, emergency procedure to ensure that the fire and life-saving appliances are available immediately used. Number 4, security procedure as appropriate to combat act of terrorism or sabotage. Number 5, procedure to protect and preserve the health of the crew. And the last one, there are 3 factors, and these are: safety of the crew, next, safety of the ship and the cargo, and the last one, protection of marine environment. And that's all, ma'am. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Bsme. I'm Cadet Second Class Enrique Salvanes. My topic is Topic 1, Personnel Organization on Board Ship. Personnel organization on board ship. The shipboard organization is a system and structure that identifies the duties and responsibilities of every person on board a ship. We have the commanding officers of vessel or ship, the deck department, radio department, steward department, and engine department. We have the chief officer, the deck department, first officer, second officer, third officer, boatswain, carpenter, Bsme, ordinary seaman, and deck cadet. Master or captain. The master, also called captain, is responsible for the safe operation of the ship on a voyage. The safety and well-being of all passengers. Deck department. The deck department is the unit responsible for navigation, watchkeeping, maintenance of the ship, for cargo, preparation, and loading and unloading of cargoes. Chief officer or first officer. The chief officer or first mate officer is the department head for the deck department. Second officer. The second officer takes specific responsibilities for navigation, the upkeep of charts and software. Third officer. The third officer is a member of the deck department, serve as a deck watch officer, and assist the master and senior deck officer in carrying out their responsibilities. Boatswain. Boatswain, also called boatswainship officer, responsible for maintenance of the ship and its equipment. Seaman. An able seaman is a seaman and member of the deck department of a merchant ship with more than 2 years experience at sea. Consider well acquainted with his duty. Ordinary seaman. An ordinary seaman is a member of the deck department of a ship. Now, radio department. Ship radio station. A ship radio station includes all the transmitting and receiving equipment installed aboard a ship for communication afloat. Radio operator. Aboard ship, incumbents are responsible for maintaining continuous radio, telephone, telegram, teletype communications for the two-way transmission of information, including ship business, weather and maritime alert notice, phone patches and scientific data, maintain and repair electronic equipment aboard ship, which may include scientific electronic equipment, maintain radio locks, manuals and equipment locks. Steward department. Steward department consists of service staff and generally refers to the galley, kitchen. The main duties of these crew members are to prepare and serve meals for the ship's crew. Conducting a chief steward. A chief steward is the senior crew member working in the steward department of ship. First cook. The first cook develops and follows HACCP principles to assure safe preparation and storage of food and supplies. Second cook. The second cook is responsible for the timely preparation and production of all minimum items assigned. Galley utility. The galley utility is responsible for handling transport and cleaning of food service equipment, utensils, and areas in the galley and dishwash area of the galley. Messman. Messman belongs to catering department and usually assists chief cook of the vessel in preparation and serving of the food. Engine department. An engine department or engineering department is an organizational unit aboard a ship that is responsible for the operation, maintenance, and repair of the propulsion systems and the support system for the crew, passenger, and cargo. Chief engineer. The chief engineer is the head of the crew who oversees and take responsibilities of the ship plan operation. First assistant engineer or second engineer. A second engineer or first assistant engineer is a licensed member of the engineering department on a merchant vessel. This title is used for the person on a ship responsible for supervising the daily maintenance and operation of the engine department. Third engineer. Carry out maintenance specific equipment as assigned. They control and participate in operation, maintenance, and repair of machinery as directed. Fourth engineer. The fourth engineer is responsible for the proper, safe, efficient, and economical operation for the vessel, machinery, and equipment assigned to his her and care. Engine cadet. An engine cadet on a ship is an apprentice or trainee seafarer who is at the very start of his or her career in the maritime industry. System engine. We have the two types of steam engine compartment, which have oiler, wiper. Oiler is responsible for keeping equipment well oiled. In other words, an oiler oversees proper lubrication of machinery. Wiper. A wiper is a position responsible for both cleaning the engine, spaces, and machinery of a ship, and assisting the ship engineers as directed. That's all. Thank you.